Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sephiroth, and today we are continuing with our deep dive into the Vampire Lord Perks of the Skyrim mod SACROSANCT. This is a vampire overhaul that hits just about every possible aspect of being a vampire. It's been lots of fun so far, and without further ado, let's dive in. Alrighty, so up next we are looking at the next ability of the Vampire Lord. There we go. Alright, so this particular perk is called Mist Form. Let's see how long it takes for us to find that in this little description here. The problem when they go from 13 perks to 42 is it takes a while to find stuff. Okay, so here's your Mist Form. This is a night power. Morph into a dark mist for 15 seconds, becoming undetectable and invulnerable, but unable to fight while regenerating 25 points of health, magicka, and stamina per second. Okay, that makes more sense. When I first read this, I thought for the entire 15 seconds you only healed by 25, which I thought, well, that's kind of pointless. But if it's per second, that is a very different matter entirely. So let's grab us a bit of a Mist Form and see if we can't find some more dragons or giants or something big and nasty and painful enough to actually do some damage to my Vampire Lord butt. Shouldn't be too hard to find something hostile here, although I was just killing stuff in my last playthrough. Somehow I think a couple of wolves will not be able to do enough damage to require me to hit my little Mist Form ability. But I am fairly certain we're going to go ahead and... I need to be injured, not outright murdered, so hopefully I can do this right. There we go. I just need a couple good hits, Mr. Giant. Yep, come on, you can do better. I know you can do better. Alright, getting a little closer. Oh, I'm going to have to stop attacking him, huh? Let's slow down. No more lifesteal. I just need to be hurt enough to actually make this look like... Yeah, give you guys an idea of how quickly you regenerate with this ability kicked in. Okay, getting closer. That's about 1 in 3. About half. Let's give it one more. Hope this doesn't kill me. Okay, alright. For the demonstration! Woo! Alright, I am now a Mist Form. I'm regenerating 25 points of health, magicka, and stamina per second. I can't attack anything for 15 seconds, but, yeah. So easy to escape, because it looks like the giant was no longer detecting me. Alright, Mist Form is recharging. Okay. So I know that the regeneration didn't look like much, but keep in mind this guy has 1,300 health. So 25 per second for 15 seconds is only like 300 health, which, I mean, not as much. But at that point... With that in mind, if you only had 500 health and you're regenerating 300 of it, that then is a much more potent... Wait, so I don't think I fully healed yet. I think we can use it again. What's the cooldown on this thing like? Let's see. Nope. Oh, looks like it disabled. Oh, that's the wrong button. Mist Form, Mist Form. Oh, you have to reselect. Oh, it's still on cooldown. I don't know what the cooldown is. Oh, cooldown is 30 seconds, so the cooldown should be wearing off soon. But anyway, so I would suggest using that as an emergency crap. Whenever you find yourself overwhelmed or you bit off more than you can chew, you can just hit the button, ghost away, and you'll be fine. And you even regenerate some of your powers and abilities. Oh, that must be the problem. I am also in sunlight, so I bet that actually reduced the amount that I was able to regenerate. See, I'm getting some regeneration. It's just not a whole lot, but I think that's because I have 1,300 health. I do like that this actually remembers where you are. This kind of reminds me of Ghost Walk, that apocalypse spell that turns you invisible, but you don't actually teleport in this, you're invulnerable for a while. So it kind of reminds me of the Dragon Shout Ethereal, where you basically turn into a ghost for a while and then you're good. Alright, let's see. Next we have the Reaping. Unleash your inner beast, slowing time while gaining 40% movement speed and 60% attack speed, and launching enemies with your power attacks. Lasts 10 seconds. Okay, somehow I think that is going to be something that we are going to use while in our melee mode, not in our spell mode. The Reaping. Okay, there we go. So that is our new power. Let's drop back to the ground. There we go. Okay, are we in the ground now? There we go. Okay, just making sure I'm what I need to be. Alright, so I guess we'll go poke fun at another giant. Unless I can find something else hostile in the next 10 seconds. But I don't think I'm going to find anything more hostile than my modded giants. I just have an inkling that they're probably the biggest things around here. You know what, let's play with a mammoth for now. Alright, and go. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we've got that slow time effect. Your attack speeds up. Your damage is up. I have the other mod that gives you a poison effect. On my claws deal poison damage, and I drain magicka. Yeah. Can I do it again? Oh, okay, the cooldown on this thing. Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa. It's... Okay, something... It switched me into that regenerative mist form. That was weird. So when you use the reaping, does it reset something? Okay, let me see. Mist form recharging. I didn't want mist form. I wanted... Huh. Something got reset. That is weird. Huh. Okay, let's see. Maybe if I go back up to my perks, it will reset. I want my reaping. There it is. Okay. That was different. I haven't seen that happen before. Okay, there's our attack speed. Oh, that was so cool. We dived past the giant's attack, but the mammoth still managed to nail us. Alright, one down. Okay, so it gives you... It slows down time, which for all intents and purposes gives you faster speed because they're slower. Okay, I might have to make a speed build with this because this is actually working out pretty good. Yep, dodge, back in, get out. Oh, no, never mind. Caught me on the back end. Alright, so that is your reaping ability. Can I get it again? Alright, I think I'm experiencing some slight glitching because, to be honest, I'm combining Undeath and Sacrosanct and Growl. So I've lost access to that one ability, but we're going to... Oh, geez, yeah. So that actually... that mod that you're seeing right there is Giant's Force of Nature. It makes them very tough. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Thankfully, they're also really slow. Let me see. Oh, geez, there's all of my abilities again. Okay, that's kind of weird. And there's our reaping. Okay, so I don't know why I didn't have access to that earlier, but that was the reaping. Extra movement speed, extra attack. Well, I guess technically it slows time, but for all intents and purposes, that boosts your speed. You can also launch them with your power attacks. You won't get much launching out of a giant, but you get the idea. Alright, next we have Tremble, which is right next to reaping. Emit a shockwave that throws all within 25 feet into the air and stuns them. 2 charges, 30-second cooldown. So I guess that means you can do it twice before you have a cooldown issue? Tremble. Okay. I have a feeling that that's not going to be... Let me just check the description again. I don't think that's going to be very effective against a giant. Come on. Over 1. Over 2. Over 3. There we go. Alright, it throws all within... You know, it just says it throws them all into the air. So, okay, let's have a look here and see if it does what it is as advertised. Oh, it does! Okay, so I wonder then... Oh, he lost his weapon. Did that disarm him too? Oh, well, we got his weapon back. Just took a while. Okay. Alright, so let's find a little corner over here, do a little bandit magic, and see what this does against a swarm of... Oh, look! I wasn't even looking for these guys. Apparently Mirax minions don't like Vampire Lords, so let's try this out. Up you go! Tremble is recharging. Alright, I think we're actually going to need some lifesteal. Thank you very much. Give me your health. There we go. Alright, let's try this again from the Magicant's perspective. Alright, so not exactly top of the line, end of the game, super overpowered, but it is kind of fun that you can just bloop, throw them into the air and that's that. Cool. I didn't even plan them popping up. They showed up at just the right time for that demo. That's fun. Alright, so that was Tremble. It gives you a shockwave that throws a bunch of bad guys into the air. Next, we're after a Psychic Vampire. Alright, feeding on victims depletes their magicka and stamina and increases the effectiveness of Dominate and Stillheart against them for 200% by 200% for 30 seconds. Now, if you don't remember, Dominate is the 25% bonus to your illusion spells, and Still Heart is the 25% bonus to your stealth skills. So this is what you can do if you're planning on... It's kind of funny that you feed on the victim and then you make them weaker to stealth, because, I mean, if they're already out of it, like, you're unconscious. What more do I need stealth-wise? But the illusion stuff is a lot more interesting, because with Dominate and that becoming 200% more effective, your illusion spells, I mean, you can do Possession, you can do Mind Control. There's a lot of stuff, especially in Apocalypse, that benefits a lot from this buff. But given that it's just activated on feeding, I don't really see the need to demonstrate it, because I've been doing feeding on people for quite a few demos these last couple of weeks. But basically, if you're building an illusion-based vampire, you definitely want this Psychic Vampire perk. Alright, next we are going for Embrace the Beast. You are stronger when blood-starved. You deal 25% more attack damage. Flaywind lasts 100% longer. Vampiric Drain deals 50% more damage and has 15% chance per second to cast Flaywind on the humanoid target for 5 points of magic damage for 10 seconds. Okay, so primarily you do get some more attack damage, but the real kicker is your Flaywind and your Vampiric Drain hurts a lot more. So this is actually a perk that will be best demonstrated in your humanoid form. Did not expect that. Are we going back? There we go. Yeah. Oh geez, I lost some health when I did that. Alright, we'll give that a sec. It's a little tricky when it's switching, because technically I have 3 different power modes that it's switching between. And wow, okay, so I'm already fighting death, give or take. So let's do a Vampiric Drain. I guess we'll do Unrelenting Force, because that's just a good crowd control spell. And then our next step is we need to become blood-starved. Now you can actually brew at a cooking station potions that will actually decrease your thirst. So a potion of blood obviously counts as feeding, takes care of your satiation, and then gives you the bonuses of being a fully fed vampire. However, if you want to play as a thirsty vampire, you can just drink this. Alright, so we lost our Vampiric Charm. A Primal Urge awakens in your mind. Last but not least, the monster within threatens to seize the reins. Alright, so we are now blood-starved. The one disadvantage, I'm going to go ahead and quick save real quick. The one disadvantage to being blood-starved is I don't have Fortitude, so if I die, I die. If you're fully fed, you get basically an extra life, so that if you die, you can just get back up. Okay. Oh yeah, I have the blue blood perk that means they can't tell that I'm... Usually if you're blood-starved and you run into any place with NPCs, they will recognize that you are a hungry vampire and try to kill you. However, since I have that lovely little perk that takes care of that, yeah. But just, you know what? Let's see. This Vampiric Drain is supposed to do a lot more damage when I'm blood-starved, so let's look at the numbers real quick and see if that is demonstrated. 213 points of health per second. Well, that's a sight better than 5. Okay, so basically if you get all of the perks for Vampire Lord, and you get all of the Hemomancy quest line, and all of the Blue Blood quest line, and you're blood-starved, your Vampiric Drain can do a lot more damage. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. Come on, come to daddy. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, geez, I had no idea Vampiric Drain could get that. Ah, this explains so much. Like, when I hit level 40 as a vampire, I would whip out Vampiric Drain, but I was always sated, right? I never ran around blood-starved, because then everyone started attacking you. But when you're blood-starved, that's when your Vampiric Drain does the most damage. Oh, right, and your Flaywind is stronger too. Do I have that? Well, I know I have it, but I don't think I had it favorited. But we might as well. I mean, if you're blood-starved, might as well have that ready. Let's see. So, have anything that I can flay? Little goat. You know what? We'll call this a special occasion. Let me just make a little phone call to the powerful console. Oh no, I'm under attack. Where did you come from? Oh geez, wow, that killed her a lot faster than I intended. What happened to my Flaywind didn't pop for some reason. Target person. Oh, it somehow already got used up. Oh, I remember. Yeah, with the with that particular perk that I just showed you, Embrace the Beast, you can actually activate Flaywind when you use your Vampire Drain, but it randomly activates like 15% of the time. So it's not something you can control, but that would use up your once every 30-second use of Flaywind, I think. What's the cooldown on Flaywind? Doesn't the description for that particular ability doesn't say. So I don't know. Maybe that's a once a day thing, unless you're using your Vampiric Drain. I don't know. It was enough to chew through that giant's magic resist, so I am good with that plan. Oh, that was... yeah. So that did a lot more damage than I anticipated. Sweet. Alright, let's see. So let's pop back over into Vampire Lord and have a look at our next perk. Alright, our next perk is called Fountain of Youth. This one is going to be tricky. Okay, so the problem with this one, not really the problem, but the catch, is that killing a person with a power attack in melee form restores all your health, and 150 magicka. Very helpful. However, you know how when you're running the werewolf build, how the kill camera effect, the kill screen, when you jump on a guy, just maul his face, and that's your kill cam scene. You know how that's a random spawn? This actual event where you kill a person by biting them in your Vampire Lord form is also a random drop. So I'm going to drop a bunch of bandits and hope that if I just wail on the power attacks, I can proc this. But if I can't, apologies. But basically it enhances your power attack as a Vampire Lord so that you also get healing on top of your other regular things that you get with vampiric power bite attacks. So we're going to do a little experiment and see if I can't proc it on my own. Fingers crossed. Oh no, there's 5 of them now. What will I do? Okay, so actually... Alright, extra movement speed. This ought to help. Power attack! Oh wow, the reaping does actually throw them. Oh, it throws them super high. I love it. Into the air with you. Oh crap, we're off. Alright, so I think you have to get them down to 25% health and then do the power attack. To try and proc it. Oh jeez, okay. I'm gonna need... Alright, maybe we can get this one to work. Nope, you just died. Correct? Yes, you definitely just died. Alright, what do we got next? Alright, we're just gonna whittle you down a bit. Oh crap, no. I need them to be at 25% health before I try this. Come on. Alright, so we got them at 50. Just gotta dive in and dive out. Dive in and dive out, just a little bit. Okay, hopefully this works. Power attack! There we go. Alright. Ha! Sweet. Okay, so the trick is it has to be the killing blow. Okay? If you're landing the killing blow with a power attack, there is a chance that you'll get that move where you just like drain them dry, and it also it fully heals your health and gives you 150 more magicka. Which, remember, with Sacrosanct, the idea is you juggle between your magic mode that doesn't regenerate magicka, right? And then you get on the ground and you do your attacks that absorb magicka, and apparently your soul-sucking ability that also regenerates magicka. So that helps with your melee form when you're in melee mode as a Vampire Lord. Alright, let's have a look at what we got next. Alright, next we have Lion Among Sheep. In magic form, damaging targets with the raise spell in your right hand reduces their attack damage by 10% for 10 seconds. In melee form, you deal 10% extra attack damage for each target affected. Oh, okay, so when you're using your raise spell, I don't really need victims to show this off, because it's just a buff/debuff. But when you land this spell, it actually inflicts some damage over time, right? It's a drain. It lasts for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. So the idea here is you land that on like 3 or 4 guys, and then their damage is reduced by 10% because they're affected by it. And then when you're in your melee form, you deal extra damage to each of those guys that are slowly having their health sucked out of them by your raise spell. So again, this is helping your transition from magic mode, where you're reducing their attack damage and also sucking out their life force, and then switching into melee so you can wail on them, in that their damage to you is reduced by 10% and your damage to them is increased by 10%. So I guess technically that's a 20% difference. Yeah, so that's helpful. But again, it's just stacking on some debuffs, so it's not really something that really needs to be demonstrated, in my opinion. All right, next we have Slasher. Power attacks in melee form deal 50% more damage and hit all targets in front of you. So the bandits that I was attacking earlier, I guess you didn't really get a good example because they were all archers, and I'll step back trying to, wail on me from a distance. But if you get them clustered together in melee and you do a power attack, you have the chance of hitting 2 or 3 guys if they're clustered in front of you. So that's a useful one. You know what? Let's just spawn some wolves and give that a shot. I bet you can wipe out multiple wolves without much trouble. All right. So whoa, what the? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so we're gonna try this, but I need them all to cluster together. Nope. Come on, I need you guys all. Okay, these 2 might be close enough. No, come on, guys, I need you close together. This is a power attack demonstration. Come on. That was weird. I hit insert wolf like 4 times, and all I got was a crap ton of bears. All right, but did you see that? They both of these guys took damage from the same swing. So yes, there is some area of effect slashing. It's just hard to see when they're dancing around like that. That is okay, and they counted as bears now. That I did not expect that. That was like a random assortment. I didn't know you could do that from the console. Huh. Well, that was exciting. Anyway, yeah, so you just your power attack will hit all the guys in a narrow arc in front of you instead of just one target, which obviously as a melee character helps a lot. All right, next we have Celerity. Able to move at unnatural speed. Movement speed increased by 10% in mortal and magic form and 20% in melee form. So actually that means this is my fastest form, is when you are in your melee Vampire Lord form. That's where you get the most speed buffs, which you could tell with the giant and with the mammoth in particular was really helpful because I could just slap them and then get out of the way. But that's actually one of my favorite perks. You also get a similar perk in Growl. So if you're running true hybrid, so you can be both a werewolf and a vampire, you can goose your base speed up by like 30%. It's great for travel, and it's also great for just avoiding things that hit really hard. Yeah, just really nice. All right, next we have Quartz Chef, able to create blood potions at a cooking pot. Using human flesh yields 1 blood potion. Using a human heart yields 2. Additionally, consuming a blood potion advances Vampire Lord perks. Yeah, I guess I can go home and show you guys this one. All right, by the power of the console, we've got human body parts. So here's a couple of the things we can create. Potion of Blood, equivalent to feeding on human blood for vampires, restores 100 points of health, and courtesy of the Quartz Chef mod, actually gives you experience towards your Vampire Lord perks, which is amazing, because, I mean, you can make it so your standard procedure as a vampire, just feeding every day with your potions, actually builds toward your perks, which I think is really smart, because it's kind of hard to build up experience only as a Vampire Lord, because you only really use it in dungeons, right? If you're running around between towns and you don't want, Stormcloaks and Imperials and random people to all attack you, in the vanilla, that was the only way you could level up your abilities, right? But in this, you can actually use potions, you can get it as a byproduct of spells, and a number of other ways that work really good. Here's a freebie, Potion of Embracing. This is another way you can gain vampirism instead of having to go out and find a vampire. It requires vampire dust and flawless ruby. It restores health to vampires and also makes you, well, a vampire. And we also have Potion of Thirst here. That you need void salts, but that is what I was using earlier to make sure I became blood starved. Also very helpful. All right, for the next one, we're going to go ahead and I need to be at full feediness to give this one credit. Oh wait, am I blood starved? I am blood starved, so the Potion of Blood won't actually fix my satiation. But I know someone who will. I just won't, save after this, because I rather like my carriage driver, and I have a feeling he's not going to live through the next few seconds. All right, so, okay. Actually, the first thing I should do is go back into Vampire Lord form so I can show you what the next perk looks like. And away we go. Alright, so the next one is called White Wolf. Oh. Well, that did not work the way that I had hoped. So let's see. Oh, my bats are already eating him. Ah, that's funny. Alright, let me just go inside here. I was not expecting... I did not think that through. Alright, so let's have a look at White Wolf. Alright, your vampire's seduction power now works on targets 30 levels higher. So, bosses basically, you can use vampire seduction on them. You may drain people under its effects regardless of how thirsty you are. So originally, if you were using vampire seduction to feed, you could just feed. You couldn't drain them, which meant you couldn't work towards your hemomancy goals or unlock any of the blood magic. This beats all that. Also, when you drain a sleeping victim or a seduced victim, it advances Vampire Lord perks. So, also very helpful. So this one is particularly useful if you're trying to get as many draining opportunities as possible. So instead of having to wait to find sleeping people, you can wander around until you find someone who is seducible. And that said, we are going to revert form and then go back outside. I love how Lydia just walks by like, yes, yes, you have wings and fangs and all these other things that would not denote any kind of human concerns. But, yeah. She has no problem with me. So I don't know if Erngr is going to forgive me for nearly killing him just with my bats, but we're going to find out. Just to be safe, we're going to put Vampire Seduction on lockdown. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can find him. Maybe he's gone back to his post? Or did he die? I hope he didn't die. Just run away? Am I going to have to go back to Whiterun and hunt an NPC? I think so. Alright. Abracadabra. Okay, we have reclaimed our Vampire Seduction. It's got like a 24-hour cooldown, so I had to rest up real quick. Now, ideally, we want to find someone who is alone, because when you feed on people in public, they tend to take that offensively. But I think we're just going to do a little quick save instead, and have a little talk here with Lilith the Maiden Loom. There we go. Alright. Oh, geez. Okay, yep, so there is your lethal drain. This won't be pretty. Someone do something. Oh wait, is she essential? I think she's essential. Okay, alright, so that... Oh no, she died! Oh, she definitely died. Just, died enough to... Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do a little reload. That was a demonstration that required, sacrificing for the cause. Alright, so that was your White Wolf perk. It superpowers your Vampire Seduction, and if you drain people, it allows you to drain people regardless of how thirsty you are. And then when you drain a sleeping or seduced victim, that also feeds your Vampire Lord perks. So that gives you quite a few options to work with. Alright, so for our next one, we need some sleeping people. Sleeping people. Where on earth can we find some sleeping people? I need to find some sleeping NPCs. Okay, we've dialed the clock up to midnight, so Lydia should be going to bed, because this next Vampire Lord perk requires a sleeping follower or NPC you wish to make a follower. If you guys remember last... What was it? I think it was one of the perks for Blue Bloods. You were able to feed on an NPC and make them a follower. Now, there's a similar perk you can get. Let me see if it's mentioned in my standard player in my mortal form or not. I have to see if it's mentioned. Alright, I think this might actually work. Alright, so we're going to interact with Lydia. Here we go. So, is that feed? No. Alright, so the perk is called Foster Child. You're able to embrace the sleeping victim when feeding, turning them into a vampire who will fight for you and making them a lover, potential follower, or marriage partner. But I do not see... Is that embrace? I don't think so. Oh, I guess we'll find out. Ooh. Yep. Pour your cursed blood into the wound. Okay. So Lydia should now be... Oh, I'm not going to drain her.
Honored to see you.
I don't think that gives you any extra dialogue options. But she is now a vampire. So that will give her certain abilities and resistances. So poison won't hurt her. Disease won't hurt her. Some spells in Apocalypse actually do disease damage. So she would be immune to that now. And yeah, I'm not sure to what level you can customize their experience as a vampire, like how much they level up, or whether it's just turning on a couple of abilities. But it's still pretty cool that you can turn an NPC not only into a follower, but into a fellow vampire. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, we're going to take a look at the last two of these perks, just to make sure I got the description right and you guys know where to find them. Alright, so here's Foster Child, or Childe, I don't know what to do with the E on the end of that. Able to embrace a sleeping victim when feeding, turn them into a vampire who will fight for you, making them a lover, potential follower, and marriage partner. So that is similar to a previous perk we saw from Sacrosanct, but this one adds in that the person also becomes a vampire, which also sounds really cool. Last but not least is Amaranth. Vampire's seduction works on vampires. You're able to drain humanoid vampires to disintegrate them and absorb their power. Your reward for this depraved act is a 30% bonus to combat and social skills, while weaker vampires flee from you for 5 minutes. So you can go into a vampire's lair, feed on one of his little friends, and then the other little friends will all go running. So first thing, I want to make sure my vampire's seduction is not on cooldown. If it is, I'll need to take a little nap. But I think, because I reset my character earlier, that should still be good to go. Yep, there we go. Alright, so because I have a slight death wish and I can't think of a place in which to find... Well, actually, there is one dungeon that I haven't been to in this playthrough yet that has vampires. So... Okay, so I'm going to hop into this dungeon real quick. And let's see. The tricky part is I don't want to go in as a Vampire Lord, because Vampire's seduction has to be launched in your mortal form, right? So I'm just going to chop through some thralls, and when we get to the first vampire, we're going to try Vampire's seduction on him. I know this is just a basic thrall, so that won't be a problem. Oh, that still hit him. I missed terribly, but the blast radius was so big he still died. Sweet. Alrighty, let's skip on ahead. Alright, there's... watch out for the pressure trait. I think that... Yeah, I believe that is another thrall. Oh no, that's a vampire. Okay, well, here's an opportunity to try this out. Let me just save real quick. Or my destruction magic is so powerful they die. Anyway, that complicates matters. Okay. We're going to have to be a little more stealthy about this then to make this work. I need to sneak up on the vampire, which is going to be tricky. Well, no, I have I adjusted this guy's stealth, so this shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's just do a little seduction there, have a little chat. And there we go. All right. So, oh, geez. It's a master vampire. I'm draining a master vampire. Know your place, mortal. Well, now you're mortal. And they disintegrate. Okay, so apparently the thralls are not intimidated by you sucking the lives out of their master. But it says other lesser vampires will run from you for like 30 seconds. So I'm going to go find some vampires real quick. Run from me! Are you not running? You're not running. Oh, that's a thrall. Dang it. Come on. I need to find a vamp. Oh, ooh, yeah, that is a vamp. Oh, and she's running. Ah, it's working. It's working. I know it's hard to tell. With better vampires, they actually become invisible. So I'm literally like blind running through. Oh, there you are. There you are. See, vampire fledgling ran for their lovely little lives. That is cool. So if you pump vampire seduction high enough, which is tied to your illusion magic, right? So the stronger your illusion magic... Oh, she's still running. Oh, she finally stopped. Oh, nope, still running. Oh, that's funny. You can mark them with your blood magic. The invisibility doesn't cover the blood spikes. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that is so cool. That is an awesome perk to finish up on for today. I love it. That is so fun. Oh, actually, I think there's a little spot down here. There we go. We can stop down here. That's a bit of a photo shoot opportunity. Cool. All right, so I believe we've got room for... We'll do one more video, and that will be the last, I believe, 13 Vampire Lord perks. And that should cover everything from Sacrosanct. I think, lastly, we had a couple requests for vampire builds, the kind of vampire builds that I recommend if you're running Sacrosanct. So I might do a couple videos on that. If there's anything else you want to see in the Sacrosanct mod, feel free to give me a shout out and let me know. Put it down in the comments below, because right now I'm in vampire mode, and what better time to do a video. Also, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and on that note, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.